Hello everyone, my name is Christian Castro Oliva, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a project that I've been working on this spring quarter for my Intro to Software Engineering class. This has been a team project where I have 4 other teammates working throughout the project on different features, mainly on the back end, working in Python just to create the schedules in JSON format, and just web scraping to get the necessary information. So a little bit about this web application is it is using the MERN stack, which is MongoDB, Express, React, and Node.js. We have TypeScript enabled on the front end. For our global state management, we're using the context API with different custom React hooks to gain access to the state variables to prevent prop drilling from occurring. And we're also using, I don't know if I mentioned this, but we're using TypeScript for auto-completion and type safety, obviously. And so just a little information about myself and the rest of my team. We're actually all transfers. We're all attending a California community college, and we all transferred to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. This is our first year at Cal Poly. And so for this project, we wanted to implement something that could help students at community colleges create their schedule and find their general ed completion, because we have experienced firsthand the difficulties it takes to build a schedule and what order to take your classes in, and if you're almost done, what you need left. We find that process to be very tedious and can be very long and tiring, so we wanted to simplify this process and just streamline it entirely. And so in here, we can generate academic schedules, save academic schedules, and view your general ed completion all in seconds. So now let's go ahead and exit the splash page and enter the home page. So we press get started. I'm already logged in. Let's go ahead and actually sign out. And so now I'll be prompted to enter my year. Let's enter 2021. My community college, I went to Clovis Community College. If I can find it, it should be right down here. And so the university, so as of right now, we are only doing San Luis Obispo. I'll get more into that later towards the end when I explain the approach we took to try to generate the academic schedules and the difficulties we found through it. But here's San Luis Obispo, and then the majors that San Luis Obispo offers. So I'm a computer science major. And now if I press get PDF, this will take me to the assist articulation agreement. And so in here, this is what my college uses and other colleges as well to determine what classes you need to take at your Clovis Community College that will transfer over to where you want to go. In this case, for Cal Poly, majoring in computer science. So I took CSci 40 in here. I only had to take one of them because they're ORs. But yeah, these are all the classes. And so notice, like, if you're a new student, it can be really difficult. It can be really discouraging when you see all these classes and you're not sure which one to take first. So our web application aims to fix that and make this process a lot easier for students and counselors. So now let's just go back here, and we can go ahead and press the get schedule option. So in here, I have the header that will just contain the information I inputted on the homepage. If I go to the sidebar, I will see a list of classes like this, and I will also see the general area completion classes. And so here is the format. Users can type if they want. Say I want to take math 1. They can type it, they can delete it, they can drag classes from the sidebar menu. If a class has been used, it will turn red. So let's go ahead and just input these. If I wanted to swap classes, I can do that using the drag and drop functionality. And so if I wanted to go ahead and now save this class, I get an error. I get an error, you guys can't see it because I'm in the way, but I will have to log in. So let's go ahead and just see that error message one more time, and I will press go to login. And so now let's go ahead and log in. So for the authorization, I am using Firebase Auth with the Google provider. So let's just go ahead and log in with my account. Go ahead and hide my email address just in case. I guess not. So here is my email account that I'm going to be logging into. I'll press get started. There is a formatting issue. I could probably fix that, but I'll worry about that later. And so now let's just go back to where we were beforehand. So I am a Clovis Community College student. I want to transfer to Cal Poly, and I am a computer science major. So let's go ahead and find that. get schedule, same information. And so it did save because of cookies, which is nice. But if I press save schedule, um, the schedule is now added to my MongoDB database. And so if I go here to view schedules, I can see the list of schedules I have. And so you notice at the bottom, this is the schedule I just created and saved. And so now let's go ahead and show you guys how I'm storing this, this schedule in the MongoDB database. Okay, so now here is my MongoDB. This is in using Atlas, so it is in the cloud. Right here is the schedule I just created. So we'll have a object ID. This is automatically generated by MongoDB. You will also have the user ID. This is the ID associated with my Firebase user ID. We'll have the parameters, which would be the year, pretty much all the input I chose in the beginning when I was choosing how to make the schedule, right, at the homepage. And so the most important part is the schedule. This is just an array of semesters, right? Where 0 is summer 2021, right? That was the first semester they can take. We didn't input anything, but for the next one, we had fall 2021. Notice in here, we have the ID, the term, and the year. When we go to courses, we'll see that we also have the courses. And every and to implement the drag and drop feature, I associated every ID or every text field, right? Everything that can contain a class in a unit that each had an ID. So I could easily drag and drop the classes and know the data corresponding to the text field. And so yeah, that's pretty much the feature. It's very nested. Implementing the type and TypeScript was not the most enjoyable. But yeah, this is the pretty much the main object we're storing in the MongoDB database. Okay, I'll also show you guys the deleting feature. So if I go down here, and let's just zoom out so you guys can see the delete icon. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete it just to show you guys that the database is in sync with the front end. So I delete here, I refresh this page, and I'll now have 8 documents. The last one was deleted, which was the schedule I just created. Okay, so now one of the last features I want to show you guys on this web app is the ability to check your general ed completion. So if you go to the sidebar, you'll see a bunch of accordion menus, and which will contain the area or areas. And under each area, you will contain the subjects for that. And in the subjects, it will contain all the classes necessary or available to complete the area. So if I go and hover over area A, I have to take 9 units. And I also have to complete all of the sub areas like area A1, A2, and A3. So if I hover over area A1, all I need to do is complete 1 class. Let's go ahead and just add the first one we see. Area A1 is now completed. Notice you see the green check mark. Now I need to complete 1 class from area A2. Yep, and then we just did that, so that will be filled out. And then 1 more class from area A3. And so now area A will be completed because we completed all the sub areas, and we also made sure to be above 9 total units. So that was with the general ed completion. This part I felt was very helpful for students because finding out what areas you completed can be a hassle. I know that from firsthand experience. And we also have the ability to search for classes. We web script assist and got all the courses that can transfer to Cal Poly. And so these are all the courses right here, and you can easily drag and drop them like the rest of the classes in the sidebar menu. But yeah, I just want to show you guys the general ed functionality. The hardest part about this was getting the accordions in the right order because of this nested structure where every area has sub areas and these sub areas have subjects. And so I just wanted to categorize the classes into their subject. Okay, so I would now like to explain where we're currently at on the feature where we can automatically generate these schedules. So I feel like this is a really important feature of this project. However, we were unfortunately unable to complete this in time before the end of the quarter. But I just wanted to explain where we're at and the current approach we were taking and how we're going to shift that to a new approach. So in our current approach, we're using existing Cal Poly schedules that were already confirmed to work at Cal Poly, but they would contain Cal Poly classes. And so our idea was we were going to use assist and find the course equivalent at every community college for that Cal Poly class. So if in Cal Poly you had to take maybe CS1, we would find what is the course equivalent class that you would take at Clovis Community College, my college, which would maybe be CSI 40. And so we would want to just we would want to find and replace those classes with community college classes. But the issue was that there was a lot of complexity because classes would overlap, or there would be a lot of conjunctions like ors. You can take this class or this class and that class, and it was very complicated for my teammates. So we ended up shifting our approach about 2 weeks ago, where now we want to utilize what I call the prereq depth, which is the idea where every class has a prereq depth, which is just the depth of how many prerequisite it has. So if I was to take Math 3, but before I take Math 3, I have to take Math 2 and Math 1. That would have a prereq depth of 2, meaning you have to take 2 prereq classes before, also meaning that the earliest you could take that class would be, well, you gotta take Math 1 in the fall semester, Math 2 in the second semester, and then Math 3 in the third semester right here, not including summer semesters. So we would go ahead and place Math 3, or try to place Math 3 in this semester. And so the overall approach is to just find the prerequisite structure of every community college. And once we have that, we would be able to go ahead and make a schedule for any community college transferring to any university, not limited to just Cal Poly, for any major. And this accounts for over 250,000 agreements. This would also enable features where maybe a student wants to transfer to multiple universities and they want to have options, or maybe they want to have multiple majors and have options, or they're coming from multiple community colleges and they want to transfer to Cal Poly, a single institution. So it gives us more flexibility on how we want to generate these schedules. And so that's why we shifted the approach, as well as the complexity would be around the same, or maybe it'd be a little bit harder, but it would be worth it down the line, knowing that we could create and help more students build their schedules that way. And so just to wrap things up, that's pretty much the entire web application. I did talk with a few of my teammates and they do seem interested in possibly creating an API. So maybe they create their own server and this web app just sends requests and for classes for a given major, for a given school, and a transfer university. I think that would be really interesting. I will not be working on this during summer. However, when I come back for fall quarter, I plan on seeing their progress and hopefully implementing any type of progress they made, because this application does have the potential to help a lot of community college students around California. And so, yeah, that's pretty much the entire project. Thank you all for staying here and watching. And yeah, this is just 1 out of 3 projects that I've been working on this quarter. And so I do have the rest of the videos on the same YouTube channel, just to showcase my work and my progress and track how far these projects have been doing. And I will also attach the documentation down below, as well as the GitHub repo, so you guys can view the code if you're interested. And yeah, thank you.